guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you read the title, you know what this video is about. I wanted to discuss how I attended the BKFC tryouts in Los Angeles a couple months back. And I just want to give you guys like a quick rundown of everything that happened, my experience, what they let us do, if I made the cut, and stuff like that. So I just wanted to, get into that real quick, and so stay tuned. All right, so as we all know, I'm a fighter, Muay Thai fighter, whatever. I've been doing a YouTube thing for, about a year or so now. I've been gaining a little traction. So, I seen the BKF tryouts, I seen them posted on their page. So I was just looking, I'm like, shit, why not? I'm gonna just try to see, like, I'm gonna go submit myself and see if they, invite me. They ended up inviting me. So it was cool, I sent them like my profile, I sent them, my previous fights, I guess they reviewed it, whatever. I don't know how the whole thing went, but from what I heard, they kind of reviewed your footage. If you have footage, they, looked at your gym or looked at your, your profile, social media handles, they ended up inviting me. So it was, if I can remember correctly, it was like January 21st or 20th, I attended. It was in what was it, Burbank, or it was somewhere over there. Unfortunately, it was raining that day. So, I'm gonna just give y'all a whole walkthrough of what happened. So, we get there, parking was kind of like a little weird. LA, if you've been to LA, you from LA, you know how the parking goes. Parking was kind of like a bitch, I ain't gonna lie. I ended up getting a ticket. So, we get there, we park, I walk up. Like I said, it's raining, it's like pouring down raining. So I'm like, damn. I come kind of bundled up. We get there, I walk up and see it's probably like 50, 60 people there already. They got like a little tent tarp thing up because it was raining, pouring down. So we get there, we sign up. We let them know, show them our confirmation email. We get inside. It was like a couple pro fighters there, pro boxers there. And like the vibe from what I see when I get there, it was like a lot of like I just turned 26 this past weekend. So at that time I was 25. So at that, the vibe I was seeing, it was a lot of like older gentlemen there that were kind of like past their prime. They was trying to go out with their last hurrah, their last bang, get a contract. From like with the email and with like we seen on social media, they were saying they was offering people contracts and stuff like that. So, a lot of guys that were just trying to, have like their last little chance to make it. A lot of guys came out, a lot of older guys. I seen there was a lot of guys that were like 32, 35 plus there. You feel me? I was one of the younger guys there, being 25, even though that's not even that young at all. You feel me? And it was just kind of like funny. And I was just seeing like a lot of the guys around me, like, okay, like, I was seeing a vibe. It was a couple of, other guys I seen that compete in like my region or whatever. So, we get there, we signed up, whatever, they had us kind of waiting a while because they had to kind of clear the ring. We were at Brick House Boxing Gym, a pretty popular spot in LA. A lot of pro boxers train there. They got fight camps or whatever, they come out here to train, a lot of pro boxers train or whatever. So, like I said, we get there, we in there, for a little while, kind of like getting to know people. We finally get a chance to walk in, like, it was like, they got like kind of like 2 rings up in there. In the back, it's like kind of like a main ring, like a main gym type thing where like they hold like a lot of, I guess, like sparring matches or whatever, or training sessions, private training sessions. Pretty big space. It was like 50, 60 of us, so it pretty much fit everybody. Like we kind of like surrounded the ring or whatever. But yeah, so we get up in there. So in my head, I'm just like, you know what? This ain't really like my dream or my goal. I just came really just to do it for fun. You feel me? So I was trying to see like. Because in my head, from what we seen on the profile and on like the flyers and everything like that, they was gonna let us spar. So in my head, I was just really trying to go to get content. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I wasn't really even thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get a contract and this is gonna change my life. Like, I wasn't really thinking like that. A lot of guys that were there were kind of thinking like that, like on some American Idol type thing. You feel me? It was kind of funny. But no knock to them. But that's kind of what they was like promoting on social media, like they was giving guys contracts and stuff like that. So so as we start warming up or whatever, they had us do like a couple little drills or whatever. So I'm kind of like peeping around to see like who I might be matched up with potentially. And that's just how that's just like my whole personality. Like when I walk into any room, I'm kind of like casing the room out. So in this situation, I was kind of just casing all the dudes out one by one. Like, okay, he's my size, and they kind of split us up like in weight classes. So in my weight class, it's kind of like 147, 155. That's how they was doing it, like kind of like more boxing, weight classes like that. Even though I'm kind of small for 155, but even it's funny. It's kind of funny because a lot of guys that were there, they were kind of like my height, a little shorter. I'm 5'9", so go figure with that. So they kind of group us up like that. We kind of around the ring or whatever. They grouping us up. They give us T-shirts or whatever. And I'm gonna show y'all the T-shirt they gave me. Give me 1 second. So yeah, guys, this is like the shirt they gave us right here. Hopefully y'all can see the whole thing. They gave us this like beat bare knuckle championship fighting or whatever. They got the prospect on the back. So I was number 213. So if you'll see, I'm gonna put the video on the side right here and show you. It was pretty cool. It kind of felt like we would have like a real experience, like a real tryout experience or whatever. So they do that. So this where it got kind of tricky because they kind of played us. You feel me? I was kind of like a little disappointed, but I was just like, this is kind of like I was doing this on the whim anyway. So I, didn't really have too much expectations, but I did think we were going to spar. So they didn't let us spar. So I'm gonna just show the clips and stuff right here. It's gonna be so.
Hey, part of being a fighter is we adapt, baby. So I appreciate you, man. So we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna make it work wherever we are. We'll shut something down.
What are you guys gonna do?
Are we going back like extra? Nope, one guy goes and then the next guy goes. So I want to make sure when I'm watching, I get to see everybody. That's what we're trying to throw those guys on. Okay.
As tryouts come to an end, Chris and the team will now select a chosen few for a final mystery challenge. Fighters who are given a yellow flag will advance, while those without go home.
All right, number 189, come forward. I got it. 215. 239.
233.
Number 180.
209. 243.
Number 1.
But they had us doing like kind of like like conditioning drills, and it was kind of funny because most of the guys like they kind of like quit. Like I would say it was probably like 60 of us. Like I would say like 80% of the dudes already was done after we did the conditioning drills. They had us doing like 100 burpees, 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups. We had to do it in like 5 minutes or whatever. So a lot of the guys were already kind of tapped out just by that. Like I said, a lot of these guys were just off the street, kind of like past their prime, middle-aged, gentlemen or whatever. So with that, I was kind of like, I trained every week, so that wasn't really like a big problem for me. They were going to initially have my group, because they kind of split us up with groups like kind of 30 and 30. So my group went second. We were supposed to run like I think like 2-3 miles. But like I said, it was raining. It was pouring down rain, and we didn't get a chance to run or whatever. So they had us do like kind of like like military workouts or whatever. We did that. One of the guys, one of the coaches, I forget his name. I guess he competes in the bare knuckle championship. Like he's like a top ranked fighter or whatever. He kind of seen me kind of like kind of flowing through the little drills kind of easy. I'm talking. I'm kind of like trying to make myself be seen, and that whole thing was filmed as well. As I can already see and realize, for me, it was filmed, so I'm trying to see, like, okay, we doing this, I'm at least trying to get a little cameo on the side, you feel me? So we doing all that, we finally get inside, so at this point, we thinking, like, okay, we gonna spar now, whatever. So we get inside, they tell us, like, oh, guys, unfortunately, California has restrictions on sparring or whatever, they said some little BS. So everybody was kind of looking at each other like, what the hell, like, what we supposed to do, like, how we supposed to prove that we're able, like we're ready and we got skill and whatever, so on and so forth. So they had us kind of like do like a punching bag drill, which doesn't really tell too much. Like it just shows like how hard you punch. But anybody could wind up from over here and just punch a bag hard. Like that doesn't really tell you much. It doesn't really show technique, skill, none of that. So they had us do that, and then they finally got us in the ring and had us do like a kind of like a flag football type drill. Like we tied these little things around our waist. We had to kind of like do like an agility type thing and grab it from our opponent or whatever. So, it was kind of funny, like, we didn't get a chance to spar. I feel like I would have like kind of like shined bright in that just because like my striking is pretty good, I would say, in my opinion. And also because like a lot of guys, like I said, wasn't really, from my opinion, they wasn't really like that skilled and they haven't really been training like how I've been training. Like a lot of those guys, I was talking to one guy, he said, yeah, I haven't fought since 07. And I'm like, 07, I was 9 years old, so that's kind of like a while ago, you know. So that was kind of like the whole vibe over there or whatever. But, you know, it was a good experience nonetheless. You know, I met some cool people. You know, I made the episode. You know, I had like a couple little cameo things up in there, you feel me? But I wanted to bring that to y'all because, like I said, I did wish we was able to spar. You know, I had way more highlights. You know, I feel like I would have got some good rounds with a couple of the guys there. But, you know, stuff happens. It was a good experience, you know, nonetheless. I'm glad I went just to, you know, see like a different side of like the fight game. You know, I do Muay Thai, so, you know, it's easy to be trapped in like your own little lane. You know, it was cool to get out of my comfort zone. Put on some shoes. You know, we don't even fight with shoes on, so I put on the boxing shoes and was able to move around a little bit. So, you know, that was pretty dope, you know, so, yeah, man. That's all I wanted to share with y'all guys, you know. Thanks for watching. I definitely have more videos coming soon.